Broadcasting live from the Albay PIO News Center, providing you the most exclusive news update from all over the province. This is News at 12. In the local scene, the provincial government of Albay, through the Albay Provincial Human Settlement Office, has rolled out a comprehensive roadmap to address the province's housing backlog and improve living conditions in resettlement communities. The initiative is led by Albay Provincial Human Settlement Office Acting Head Engineer Karen B. Olaires, JD, who said the province is shifting to a more holistic human settlements approach beyond land allocation. The strategy now integrates housing development, community infrastructure, and economic sustainability for beneficiary families. Among the key priorities is the PGA Vale housing project targeting provincial government employees, low-income earners, and informal settler families. The office is also set to establish the Provincial Local Housing Board and convene the Provincial Human Settlement Council to strengthen housing governance. Engineer Olaires said 2026 will also bring expanded livelihood interventions in resettlement sites. These include the distribution of starter kits to support small businesses and home-based income-generating activities. The Provincial Human Settlement Office is also committed to sustain infrastructure improvements, including roads, drainage system, and community facilities. Officials said the initiative support the provincial government's broader goal of inclusive growth and resilient communities amid evolving regional challenges. Another story, the Tabaco City Police Station, together with deployed personnel from the Regional Police Support Battalion Canarom of the 2nd Albay Provincial Mobile Force Company, distributed toys and clothes to families displaced by Mayon Volcano's Alert Level 3 at the Marirog Evacuation Center in Tabaco City. The activity aimed to provide immediate assistance and emotional comfort to evacuees and particularly children staying at the center. Police Captain Ruben B. Velasco, team leader of the Regional Police Support Battalion Canarom, personally led the distribution of donated items. Officials said the clothes addressed daily needs, while the toys helped ease stress and anxiety among displaced children. Personnel, including Police Master Sergeant Fulo, Police Staff Sergeant Basiliote, and Police Corporal Bercasio, personally handed over the donations to evacuees. The initiative highlighted the police force's commitment to humanitarian service alongside its law enforcement duties. Evacuees expressed gratitude, saying the simple gifts brought encouragement and hope during a difficult period. Albay Police Provincial Office Director Police Colonel Noel Donato Nunez commended the activity and said similar outreach efforts will continue in affected communities. In other news, the provincial government of Albay met with officials of the Philippine Carabao Center and Albay Veterinary Office to finalize the implementation of the school-based milk feeding program to strengthen child nutrition in public schools. The meeting focused on integrating the Albay dairy plant as the primary milk supplier to ensure a steady and fresh supply for elementary learners while supporting the local dairy industry. Officials said the partnership aligns with child health objectives with local agricultural development by maximizing the use of provincial facilities. The program implements Republic Act No. 11037 or the Masustansyang Pagkain para sa Batang Pilipino Act, which mandates the provision of fortified meals and milk to address child undernutrition in public schools. The Department of Agriculture, Philippine Carabao Center at the University of the Philippines, Los Baños, Center Director Dr. Telma A. Saludes, and the Senior Science Research Specialist Ana Raylene J. Montes highlighted the long-term nutritional benefits of regular Carabao milk consumption. They noted that Carabao milk is high fat, protein and calcium content is vital in reducing stunting and wasting among children. Governor Noel E. Rizal expressed full support for the initiative and committed provincial resources to ensure its successful implementation. Rizal also thanked the Philippine Carabao Center for recognizing the Albay dairy plant as a key partner in the program. In the national scene, the Department of Health has declared the Nipah virus, NIV, rare in the Philippines, noting that it has not been detected in the country since 2014, when 17 cases were recorded in Sultan Kudarat. NIV is a zoonotic disease that originates mainly from footbaths and, in some cases, pigs or horses, but it can cause flu-like symptoms as well as serious conditions such as encephalitis and meningitis. According to the World Health Organization, NIV can be transmitted through contaminated food or direct human-to-human contact and has high fatality rate ranging from 40 to 70%. The Department of Health said it continues to closely monitor the situation and advise the public to avoid contact with bats and sick animals and to consume only well-cooked meat that has been properly inspected. The reminder comes after 2 Nipah virus cases were reported in West Bengal, India, where individuals who came into contact with the patients tested negative. Neighboring countries have heightened precautionary measures, particularly among travelers arriving from India. In other story, the release of Senator Ronald Bato de la Rosa's salary could be suspended due to his prolonged absence from Senate sessions as the leadership considers amending Senate rules, Senate President Pro Tempore Panfilo Lacson said. De la Rosa has been absent from plenary sessions since November 11, 2025, after claims that the International Criminal Court issued an arrest warrant against him, although there has no official confirmation. Lacson said any move to withhold De La Rosa's salary must be carefully studied because senators are covered by civil service law, though the Senate's own rules and the Ethics Committee could provide a basis for such action. He added that the Ethics Committee can only act after a formal complaint is filed, noting that former Senator Antonio Trillanes IV plans to file an ethics case against De La Rosa in March. Lacson said he will not take part in any sanctions against De La Rosa, citing his lack of moral authority because he was in a similar situation more than 15 years ago. In other news, President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. on Wednesday administered the oath of office to Lieutenant General Melencio Nartates Jr. as Philippine National Police Chief. The oath-taking ceremony was held at Malacanang Palace, according to Palace Press Officer Claire Castro. With the ceremony, Nartates was officially promoted to the rank of Police General, making him a full-fledged 4-star general. Nartates replaced then PNP Chief General Nicolas Torre III in an acting capacity following Torres' removal on August 26. Torre was removed amid a dispute with the National Police Commission and now serves as General Manager of the Metropolitan Manila Development Authority. And in the news outside the country, North Korean leader Kim Jong-un said new next-stage plans to strengthen the country's nuclear deterrent will be announced at an upcoming Congress of the ruling Workers' Party, according to state media. Kim made the comments while overseeing a ballistic missile test on Tuesday, saying the meeting would outline steps to further bolster the nation's nuclear war deterrent. State news agency KCNA said Kim, accompanied by senior officials, attended a test of a large-caliber multiple rocket launcher that fired 4 missiles. The missiles struck a target about 358.5 kilometers away, while Japanese media reported that 2 projectiles landed outside Japan's exclusive economic zone in the Sea of Japan. Kim called the test highly significant despite development challenges and warned it would pose a serious threat to forces seeking military confrontation with Pyongyang. The launch marked North Korea's second missile test this month and came amid heightened regional tensions involving the United States, South Korea, and China. In other story, a massive winter storm swept across the United States, leaving at least 23 dead and plunging millions into life-threatening cold as power outages and transportation paralysis persisted. An Arctic air mass brought perilously low temperatures, with much of the northern half of the country forecast to remain below freezing through February 1, complicating recovery efforts from heavy snow, sleet, and freezing rain. Northeastern states saw record snowfalls, including more than 22 inches in parts of Connecticut and over 16 inches in Boston, while southern states like Tennessee, Texas, Mississippi, and Louisiana struggled with widespread power outages and ice damage. Authorities reported extreme cold in the Great Lakes region, where temperatures plunged as low as -23°F, with dangerous wind chills, prompting the opening of emergency warning shelters and states of emergency in over 20 states plus Washington, D.C. Meteorologists said the storm resulted from a disrupted polar vortex with dry, fluffy snow and strong winds hampering cleanup, and noted that climate change may be increasing the frequency of such severe winter events. And finally, in the news outside the country with reference to the Philippines, 2 Filipino lawyers will represent about 30 victims of the Philippine drug war at the ICC during former President Rodrigo Duterte's confirmation hearing. The ICC Pre-Trial Chamber 1 designated Joel Butuyan and Gilbert Andres as common legal representatives for all recognized victims, highlighting their experience and ability to communicate. Duterte's lawyer Nicholas Kaufman said the defense will challenge the ruling, claiming denial of due process regarding evidence and medical assessments. Butuyan in address expressed gratitude, promising to uphold victims' rights and explain ICC proceedings in an accessible manner. Of 304 victims' applications, 29 were admitted under a Group A, some under Group C, while others were rejected, with the Philippine government remaining neutral. And that's all for the news at 12, January 29, 2026. We'll be back tomorrow for more news updates. Thanks to our news writer, LJ Lorejo and Naomi Ruth Hernandez. And on the technical side, Tad Bobis. And of course, our Provincial Information Officer, OIZ Marty Gonzalez. And under the supervision of our Governor, Noel E. Rosal, I am Greg Hallare. Thank you for subscribing. Albay in my heart.